First off, I want to thank you all for the amazing support you've shown to the podcast. If you find it difficult to gain and finish hours-long, 8 to 10 podcasts per week, please subscribe to most advanced, featured, and accurate quick podcast summaries on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. You can start with free trial, which lets you listen all the podcasts, and later, just for the price of candy in most places. It will save you from spending 15 to 20 hours per week catching up. Here is a rundown on the Dopamine Neuroscientist, the number one cause of low mood and lack of focus, featuring TJ Power by Lewis Howes. Lewis Howes sat down with TJ Power to discuss the biggest struggle humanity is facing today, ADHD, and the lack of attention and focus in people's lives.
TJ Power, a neuroscientist and author of The Dose Effect, believes that ADHD is not a new phenomenon, but rather something that has been present in society for thousands of years. However, our modern lifestyle, including social media, sugar, and a sedentary lifestyle, is exacerbating the issue. According to TJ Power, people with ADHD have a lower baseline dopamine level, which can make it difficult for them to focus and stay motivated. However, he also believes that ADHD can be a superpower if harnessed correctly. By finding activities that stimulate dopamine release, individuals with ADHD can thrive and become experts in their field.
Lewis Howes shared his own experiences with ADHD, recalling how he struggled in school, but found focus and motivation when he discovered his passion for sports. He believes that finding something you're curious about and passionate about can help you overcome ADHD and turn it into a strength.
TJ Power agrees, citing the example of hunter-gatherers who had to focus on specific tasks to survive. He believes that our brains are wired to respond to novelty and stimulation, which is why social media can be so addictive. However, by creating boundaries and limiting social media use, individuals can reduce the negative effects of instant gratification and develop a healthier relationship with technology. The conversation turned to the topic of what causes low energy, low mood, and a struggle to focus in modern society. TJ Power identified social media and ultra-processed food as the top two culprits. He believes that social media, in particular, can be detrimental to our mental health due to its ability to activate the brain's reward system and create a cycle of craving and withdrawal.
Lewis Howes asked TJ Power to elaborate on what constitutes a healthy relationship with social media.
TJ Power suggested that reducing the frequency of engagement, rather than completely eliminating social media, can be an effective strategy. He shared his own experience of limiting his social media use to 3 times a day, at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m., and found that it helped him develop a healthier relationship with technology. TJ Power explained that by delaying gratification, individuals can develop self-control, improve their mental health, and increase their productivity. He emphasized the importance of setting boundaries and creating a schedule to reduce the negative effects of instant gratification and promote a healthier lifestyle. You see, our brains are wired to respond to rewards, like the thrill of the hunt or a special moment in a relationship. But when we constantly seek out quick fixes like social media or sugar, it's like revving a car engine without putting it into gear. Over time, the engine burns out, and we're left feeling unfulfilled. TJ Power, a dopamine neuroscientist, explains that frequent dopamine hits can lead to a state of numbness, where even great moments in life don't feel that good. He uses the example of sex versus pornography to illustrate the difference between slow and quick dopamine. Sex is a slow dopamine experience that builds up over time, while pornography is a quick fix that can lead to a crash.
Lewis Howes asks TJ Power about the things that cause the most pain and suffering in humans, based on neuroscience.
TJ Power responds that the most significant change in society is the rise of short video content on social media, which can lead to dopamine distraction. He believes that the phone is the number one thing to get in check, as it's more destructive for society due to its frequent use. TJ Power also shares his personal experience of overcoming addiction to alcohol and pornography. He finds that pornography is the most difficult to break, as it's a private behavior that's easy to hide. He believes that pornography taps into the human desire to procreate, which is a fundamental instinct.
Lewis Howes asks TJ Power about the impact of consistent pornography use on the brain.
TJ Power explains that the brain evolved to reward behaviors that promote survival. But pornography can create experiences that are disadvantageous to survival. The conversation also touches on the difficulty of stopping pornography use in society. TJ Power believes that it's a normalized behavior, especially among young men, and that it's hard to come away from it. He suggests that the only path to stopping is to deeply observe how it's impacting one's life and to consider the impact on motivation and attention. TJ Power shares his advice on the best evening routine to set oneself up for a productive next day. He also emphasizes the importance of avoiding screens before bedtime and getting enough sleep to allow the brain to regenerate dopamine. By understanding how our brains respond to rewards and how frequent dopamine hits can lead to numbness, we can take steps to create a more fulfilling life. By being mindful of our behaviors and taking control of our dopamine levels, we can set ourselves up for success and live a more productive and meaningful life. This simple act can help alleviate feelings of dissatisfaction and improve mental well-being. This allows the brain to destimulate and recharge. Going outside, getting some nature, or engaging in physical activity like going to the gym can be beneficial. Even doing mundane tasks like grocery shopping can be helpful if it gets you away from screens. The goal is to create a period of time where you're not constantly stimulated, allowing your brain to relax and recharge. TJ Power stresses that physical separation from devices is crucial, especially during phone fasting. Simply being near a phone can trigger the desire to check it, even if you're trying to abstain. This is because our brains have become accustomed to the constant stimulation provided by our devices. He also notes that TV watching, while not as problematic as other forms of technology, can still be an issue if you're scrolling through your phone while watching. This can lead to a state of constant distraction and decreased attention span. TJ Power believes that having strategic boredom time every day can be incredibly beneficial. By allowing ourselves to experience boredom, we can help our brains reset and rebalance our dopamine levels. This, in turn, can lead to a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. Instead, engage in effortful activities like reading, brushing your teeth, or making your bed. This helps to increase dopamine levels and sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. He also emphasizes the importance of discipline in our modern world. With the constant availability of technology, it's easy to get sucked into a cycle of quick dopamine hits and constant stimulation. However, this can lead to feelings of burnout and dissatisfaction. By being more disciplined and intentional with our time, we can create a more balanced and fulfilling life. TJ Power's approach to improving dopamine levels and overall well-being is centered around creating healthy habits and being more mindful of our technology use. By making small changes to our daily routines and being more intentional with our time, we can improve our mental and emotional well-being and live a more fulfilling life. He believes that the way we live our lives today is often counterproductive to our well-being, with many people seeking quick fixes and instant gratification. This can lead to a vicious cycle of addiction where individuals become reliant on external sources of pleasure, rather than finding joy and fulfillment within themselves.
Lewis Howes shares his own experience of growing up in a strict boarding school, where discipline and routine were enforced. While he initially rebelled against these rules, he eventually came to appreciate the structure and boundaries they provided. He found that having a sense of discipline and responsibility helped him focus on his goals and achieve success. However, he also notes that this discipline can be challenging to maintain, especially when faced with the temptation of quick pleasures.
TJ Power agrees that discipline is essential, but also emphasizes the importance of being in service to oneself. He shares his own experience of struggling with addiction and how he eventually found a healthier path by focusing on nature, exercise, and contribution.
Lewis Howes asks TJ Power about the biggest struggle he faces as a neuroscientist, and TJ Power admits that he struggles with the pressure to constantly produce content and maintain a social media presence. He notes that this can be addictive and can tap into his ego, making it difficult to manage.
When faced with challenges and setbacks, TJ Power turns to prayer and conversation with God. He finds that this helps calm his mind and creates a sense of trust that everything will work out. He notes that research in neuroscience suggests that having a relationship with God can have a positive impact on mental health, as it promotes oxytocin in love. He believes that this is an important aspect of human experience and can help individuals step out of their own problems and focus on the greater good. He believes that by understanding how these neurotransmitters work and how to balance them, individuals can take control of their mental health and well-being.
Lewis Howes asked if focusing on regulating dopamine could help rebalance the other chemicals, and TJ Power agreed, explaining that taking a break from dopamine hits, such as phone fasting, can help serve dopamine and allow the other chemicals to rise. Lewis Howes noted that these causes are common in modern society, and TJ Power emphasized the importance of physical action in responding to stress. He suggested that instead of turning to relaxing activities like watching TV, people should engage in challenging physical experiences to settle their system. The conversation also touched on the importance of laughter in our lives.
TJ Power shared that research has shown that people who laugh significantly more and more frequently have a better experience of life. However, he noted that there is a massive disparity between how much people like laughing and how much they actually laugh. He encouraged people to plan out laughter environments and make a conscious effort to bring laughter into their lives.
Lewis Howes asked TJ Power about his book, The Dose Effect, and how people can follow him and support his work.
TJ Power shared that he can be found on Instagram and that his website, thedoselab.com, offers resources and information on boosting brain chemistry. He also defined greatness as living a disciplined life, where one feels proud of each action they take. TJ Power's insights and advice offered a unique perspective on how to improve our brain chemistry and live a more fulfilling life. To get a copy, viewers can check out the link in the description or head to mekamunayasebook.com. Meanwhile, TJ Power has been on a journey to make productivity more enjoyable, and he's narrowed it down to 3 essential elements: play, power, and people, which he affectionately calls the 3 energizers. These 3 Ps are the foundation of his approach to boosting productivity and making the most of his time. Thank you for tuning in. Please click follow button, and just remember, subscription is only £1 or $1 per month. Until next time, happy listening.